I agree that a lot of times being an empath is just from past trauma, like this person is saying. I consider myself an empath and I have had past trauma. I was in an abusive relationship for 5.5 years in my early 20s. And it definitely turned me into an HSP or a highly sensitive person. Granted, I didn't know all these specific terms before TikTok. Anywho, where I know my empathy has come from my past trauma, there are also so many things about being an empath that I cannot explain, which lead me to believe I do feel like there is a difference between an empath, a true empath, and someone who is an empath due to a past trauma. I'll give a few examples and you can either take them or leave them. It's no problem to me. Maybe I am just a highly sensitive person, but I do think I am more on the empath side of things. A good friend of mine at the time, this was a while ago, her sister had passed away, and as we were walking to the funeral and getting closer and closer to the church, I actually felt a tidal wave come over me, like physically, a tidal wave push me back and go through my body, slow me down, and it was just kind of like no other feeling I felt before. And the only way I could explain it is like it was everyone's sadness. I'm trying not to get emotional about it, but it was just so beyond my level of comprehension. Their sadness came at me like a tidal wave and went through me and literally slowed me down. I could feel the heaviness and I couldn't even breathe. Of course, the day was sad and I felt sad. I never actually met her sister, but I felt sad for my friend. But nothing could have prepared me for that sensation, the heaviness. Another time I was walking through a very crowded mall and I passed someone and I felt like I was in quicksand. All of a sudden, it felt like someone grabbed my back and pulled me down. And I really believe it's because I passed someone with a heavy energy. Before any of this, before I realized I was a highly sensitive person, I was in a Home Goods and a mom with her 2 children were coming at me and I felt like a freight train was coming at me. This screaming, loud freight train was like racing toward me. And they weren't being loud or anything. It was just their energy. I literally had to go away from them to escape them. Like, of course, these could be explained any other way, but for me, it felt unexplainable. And then if I think back my entire life, and I'm sure other people have this as well, when I see someone get injured on TV or in a movie or something like that, I physically feel the craziest feeling in my body. I can't even watch it. I have to turn away because my whole body gets this. The only way I can explain it is like nails on a chalkboard and a screeching, the most wretched sound you can think of goes throughout my body, and I have to like look away before it happens or flinch or whatever, and I'm not feeling the exact pain that they're feeling, but I'm feeling something very clearly. So yes, I've had past trauma, very much so I could just be very sensitive and aware of my surroundings, but a lot of these situations that I was in, I mentally could not explain what was happening. So that's why I'm like, oh, maybe I'm an empath. And it's okay to make fun of people who say that. It doesn't really make sense. But it's just my experience. And if I am, I am. And if not, I'm not. Whatevs.